Previously on the Elizabeth Henstridge YouTube channel.
Hello! Today's video is going to be an Ask Auntie Lil video. I've had a crush on this guy. We'll call him Fitz because obviously I'm Simmons. Sometime last year, Fitz got a girlfriend. We'll call her Ada. Love the name choices here. I don't have normal teenage problems. I think I have schizophrenia because of a lot of reasons, and all I want to do is get it checked out professionally just to be sure, but I can't because they want me to focus on my studies, which brings me to my second mess. I really don't want to continue school. I want to drop out and later go into culinary school, but I'm scared to tell my parents that even if I do continue at school, I can't study properly because of the problem I have with my mental health. I really don't know what to do, and I'm so sorry that I'm putting all this stuff on you, but I'm out of options right now. Oh, never be sorry to put stuff on me or anyone else that you confide in. It is a gift when somebody tells you their problems or dilemmas or things that they're going through, and when they trust you with that information. So never feel sorry, never feel like you're a burden. Oh, I feel for you, and I'm sending you so much love. I think it's brilliant that you have started this conversation with your parents, that you're having a dialogue about it, that you're saying that you're struggling with something, that you're saying that you're worried. It sounds like you've done a bit of research on it and you think that you may have schizophrenia. Every generation is different and parents do the best that they can. And I think my advice would be, regarding your mental health and seeking out expert advice, I think that is brilliant. I think your instincts for doing that and pushing for that are spot on. I wonder if there could be more research done on local experts in your areas, therapists, practitioners, psychiatrists. I'm wondering if you go to your parents with a list of people or somebody that you go, I'm really serious about this, I'm struggling, I would love to talk to somebody about it, and then say, look, it may be that that person can just guide me in the right direction. It may be that they say, I don't have schizophrenia, but I need help and I'm reaching out, and I'd really love your help in being able to do that. You have to be your own advocate at this point and really try and just sit down really calmly with your parents and just say, I need help. Here's someone that I think might be able to give it to me. There's also loads of online therapists you can go to now, really reputable places. I'll put a couple links to some that I have heard about below, that maybe you wouldn't even have to leave home and your parent could be there and just say, I would really love to involve you in this. I would really love your help. I am struggling. You know, I hear what you're saying with that we all go through difficult things when, you know, when we're growing up, but I just feel like this is something more. And if it is, I would love help. I would love tools to be able to deal with it. I don't know if you have therapists around you, but do keep pushing for it, because I think you feel like you need the help, in which case you need the help and guidance. And that would help with your parents too, and just say, you know, look, let's go through this journey together. I would love your help. I value your opinion. I would love your help with this. But I just think it's so brilliant that you've even just started that conversation with your parents. It's a really difficult thing to do, to go and say, hey, I think I have a problem. I need help. That's such a vulnerable place to put yourself in. Keep pushing for that. Because you deserve help and guidance and advice, and to feel better from a professional. The next thing, I want to drop out and later go to culinary school, but I'm scared to tell my parents that. And then you say, even if I do continue at school, I can't properly study because of the problem with my mental health. I'm not surprised that you're finding it hard at school at the moment, or with any sort of studies. It sounds like you have a lot going on in your mind, in your family. It makes complete sense to me that you're finding it hard to focus on anything. I will say about school, keep going as long as you can. My feeling is that maybe if you can get help and guidance with your mental health, that could help to unlock the ability to focus, the ability to feel passionate about things. Just think, at the moment it's so clouded in your mind, it's hard to be able to focus on anything else. Education and school is so important, and if you have access to it, I think keep going as much as you can. Try and find ways to feel passionate about the different subjects. Maybe speak to your teachers and just say, I just don't feel that motivated. See if they can give you any encouragement. I find positive reinforcement and positive encouragement really helpful. And I think it's okay to go to your teachers and just say, I'm struggling with this. I'm not feeling like I'm engaged. can you help me? And that it might just be as simple as that, just kind of saying to them, I just need a bit more guidance. I would advise against dropping out. Keep going as much as you can. And then maybe alongside school, seeing as you have an interest in culinary school, I don't know what age you go to culinary school. In England, I think it's 16, 17. So maybe you've just got a year left. Maybe look at classes to supplement. So maybe there's a Saturday class or an evening class or online Zoom classes right now that you can do to feed that passion. It's not an either or. You can still be at school and get more of a traditional education or the basics of an education and then go to culinary school after, but there's maybe classes that you can do alongside to feed that passion, because passion is so important. Whether you go to culinary school in the end or not, maybe just taking some cooking lessons, learning some skills, filling up that passion hobby side of your life could really help, especially with everything that you're going through right now with your mental health. You sound absolutely amazing. I hope that advice could help in some way, but just saying you have a problem, asking for help is most of it. And I think it's a shame that your parents maybe aren't jumping on board as quickly as perhaps you might like. But if you can keep that open dialogue with them, do be your best advocate, keep pushing for it and do it in a very measured way. Do a little bit of research if you can and go to them and say, look, I would really value your help with this. I don't feel like I can do this on my own. I need professional help. And just say, look, I don't know exactly what it is, but I would just love to speak to somebody about it. I think that's brilliant. Let me know how you get on. I'm sending you so much love. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. Someone that speaks to my heart. Hello, Auntie Lil. So excited to email you. My boyfriend and I got extremely obsessed with AOS during quarantine, and now it's all we talk about. We both adore you and listen to the podcast, watch all your videos, so I wonder if he will realize this is me. I sure hope not, because I have a question about how to be patient while waiting for a proposal. I'm just gonna read this as it is and hope that he doesn't figure it out. We've been dating for 6-ish years and living together for over 4, but I'm still waiting every day, lol, for a proposal. We have talked about it in the past and are both on the same page about definitely wanting to be engaged, but I am just getting so antsy about waiting. I want to bring it up more, but what if he's already planning something and then I seem like a brat, which is not what I'm going for. I was just wondering if there's a delicate, nice way I can bring it up without sounding super annoying, or would you suggest I do not worry about it so much? Anyway, I love the podcast and the videos. They give me so much to look forward to every week. Thank you so much for everything you do and for making all of us listeners smile so much. Also, would prefer to remain anonymous. Oh my gosh, babe, I feel you so much. Zach and I were together for 7 years and 7 days when he proposed, and I have been through all the ups and downs of the journey to being engaged. I think it's brilliant you're having an open dialogue. The first thing I would say is, are you on the same page in terms of what you would like long term? And it sounds like you are. You've had the conversation about family, about marriage, about what you would like to be long term. He's clearly committed to you since you've been together for so long. And you sound like you're committed to him because you would like to get married. Sorry, I have a notification. Did you see me talking to myself? That was every hour at the moment. I have a notification that says I have unlocked my intuition 100% to help me get in tune with my intuition. Here was my journey with all of this. I believe in timing and everything happens at the right time. So there's part of me that was like, I know this is going to happen at the right time if it's meant to. Then there was the other part of me that just felt annoyed that the boy gets to make the decision, you know, traditionally, and it's taken out of my hands, and I love to control everything, and this is the one thing I can't control, and I struggled with that. And what it ended up doing, whether you believe in the tradition of the man proposing or whatever, for me personally, what it ended up doing was really making me think, what is the lesson that I can learn here, and what do I need to surrender to and relinquish control over? The bottom line is, if you're going to be together forever, it's not going to make a difference in the grand scheme of things if he proposes tomorrow or next year or the year after that. I think making sure you're on the same page in what you guys want for the rest of your life is hugely important. And obviously that's going to change over time, but just having the same goals and aspirations for a life together is really important. So I just learned to be patient with, oh, patient is the wrong word. I learned to realize why I was finding it difficult, and to be together for that long, if you really want to get married, it is a long time. And so he knows that he is slightly living on borrowed time. I would say never feel like you're being annoying for bringing it up, because if the shoe was on the other foot, they would find it annoying. The other thing is, there's always that thing of, like you mentioned too, is he about to propose? And if he is, I don't want to mention it now, because then it's going to sound like, you know, I'm going to ruin that surprise. You're never going to ruin the surprise. If you had a huge go at him, not a huge go, don't approach it by having a huge go at him, but say you had a conversation, just said, hey, you know, we've been together for a long time and I'm starting to feel like I'm so excited to be married and I would love to be engaged, and that just sounds so great. Just checking in that we're on the same page. And then the next day he proposes. It's not going to ruin that proposal. That proposal's still going to be amazing and wonderful. But I do think for you mentally, it is good to just make sure you keep being on the same page. And men have loads of different reasons, or women, whomever is thinking of proposing. Everybody has different reasons as to why they're not doing it yet. I wonder if he feels like, oh, I want to get to this stage in life before I propose, or oh, I want to be able to provide this or that. Like, he's going to be going through loads of stuff in his head as well. Whether you care about that stuff or not, it's things that he is going to be thinking about. So I think if it's just having a good, honest conversation, don't, you know, just be chill, maybe over a glass of wine or a nice dinner, or just casually watching TV and just be like, hey, so I love you so much. Start with that, I love you so much, and I'm so happy, and I would love us to be together forever. Just checking in as to where you're at with all of that. Wouldn't it be exciting to be married at some point? And, you know, we have been together for a while, and here is what I kind of might need to hear right now. I think having that open dialogue is really good. Don't feel like it's going to be annoying or you're going crazy, because honestly, waiting can be annoying. So here's my advice to make it somewhat succinct. Know everything happens at the time that it should, so you will be on the right path. And when I say everything happens at the time that it should, you're not going to ruin it by talking about it, and you're also not going to help it by not talking about it, if that makes sense. Second point, think about the lessons that you can learn from this. And it's totally normal for, after 6-ish years, for you to feel like, this should be time now. That's completely normal. But in those moments that it is triggering you, and that might be all the moments, think why. What is it that it's... So for me in those moments, I was thinking, I was looking for security from somebody else when actually I needed it from myself. And as soon as I would do a bit of self-love work and feel safe and secure in myself, then I would care much less about when we were engaged. And as it happened, I'm so glad that it happened after 7 years, 7 days. Our relationship was amazing, and so many wonderful, perfect moments and talks about it. And, you know, it had to be when we were both ready, and it was the perfect time. And I would not, in hindsight, I wouldn't have wanted it any earlier. That came, and it was allowed to be that organic, and it was allowed to be that long before we got engaged, and it was perfect for us because I felt so secure in my foundation. Number one, just trust everything's gonna happen for a reason at the right time. And number two, really work on yourself too, of giving yourself that solid foundation, that you get to the point where you don't care if it's 10 years down the line, that you know you're secure in yourself, in your love for him, in his love for you, in the life that you are building together, regardless of whether there is a ring on your finger. And then the third thing I would say was, do keep talking about it, and in a positive way, not in a pressured way of you need to do this, just in a, hey, I'm so excited about the future, and just checking we're on the same page, and I love you so much, and what a year we've been through together. Don't be afraid of having those conversations. It's totally valid and it is not going to be annoying. And the thing is, if you start that conversation and you feel like, here's what I want to say, and you have it all down in your brain and you know it's going to sound amazing, and it comes out completely wrong and hysterical, or you cry or you shout or something, no, that's also okay. Whatever way gets it out, and then you can be like, oh, that was verbal diarrhea, oh, I don't know why I'm crying, this isn't, you know, that's okay too. You're not going to do anything to ruin this relationship by being honest, and it's not going to sound annoying, and honestly he is going to completely understand, because it's a very rational thing for you to feel like, okay, I'm ready, come on, let's do this. And it is difficult when you're the person that cannot have that decision, you know, it's a tricky one. But it's also tricky on the other side of like timing and when to do it and all those other things. So those would be my 3 points of advice to you. Thank you so much to everybody that's answered questions, that sent in questions. I love reading your emails. I get to as many as I can, so please be patient, but hopefully there's something about writing it out that does help somewhat as well. Keep reaching out to people, find a trusted friend, and do a problem shared is a problem halved. And I really believe in that saying. Oh my gosh, did you hear my stomach grumble then? It's saying coffee. Gosh, I just get chatty and I forget to drink. Hey, thanks for being here. This has been a quarantine edition of Ask Auntie Lil. I'm sending you all so much love. I'm gonna, oh look, you can see all my mess behind there. Closing the office for today. This thing is absolutely amazing because it's an international plug adapter and a long thing. And here are some dried flowers from, where did I get you from? I think they might be from Anthropology, and the vase is from Zara. This is good with travelling so much, to have some lovely fake flowers. Really into fake flowers at the moment. Oh, actually, no, these aren't even fake. They're just dried flowers. So, and look how fun these are. Anyway, from my dried flowers to your beautiful faces and eye holes and ear holes. Wishing you a brilliant week, sending you loads of love. Thank you for being here. Merch is on the way, and love you loads. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. Hope you have a great week.